right over there.
On the flight deck of a slow and unarmed US Air Force transport plane, preparing to descend into one of the world's most dangerous cities.
Keep your eyes peeled. We're at 12,000 feet.
Roger.
Below us, there's a determined and well-organised insurgency that keeps trying to bring these aircraft down.
Keep your eyes peeled. Roger.
The danger is everywhere. From the suburbs surrounding Baghdad Airport, the terrorists regularly fire on planes with machine guns and missiles. Iraq teeters on the edge of civil war.
We came here to do a noble thing. We came here to free 25 million people of a brutal, fascist dictatorship, and that's the only word for it.
Already back there.
I don't like to be dramatic in predicting disaster. We have some time left, but not much time.
The continuing carnage here can only diminish the US's chances of holding the peace. Is this a popular insurgency?
It is not. It is not.
Are you winning?
We are winning.
As commander of America's 3rd Armoured Cavalry Regiment, Colonel David Teeters is proud of its 150-year history. He's invited us to join him on a flight across dangerous country to one of his bases on the Syrian border. Guns are test-fired, then we're off at low level across the desert. We're in what's called the Sunni Triangle, the central part of Iraq that's home for most of the country's Sunni Muslim population, the heartland of Saddam Hussein's support. The 3rd Armoured Cavalry, the Brave Rifles as they're known, have suffered some of the highest casualty rates in Iraq.
We had a soldier, the first one was the 1st of May, and we held a memorial. And I said to the Regimental Command Sergeant Major, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have any more of these memorials. And we've had 45 since then.
And yet, as American deaths increase, so too does Iraqi resentment.
You think both of them want you to be here? No, I don't think they want us to be here. I think most of them really don't understand.
A few hours later, we join Colonel Teeple's men in the back of an armoured vehicle, heading out for night patrol in the town of Qusaybar. It's a major trouble spot for the Americans, close to the Syrian border. Terrorists have been firing mortar bombs from here into the US base. A last-minute weapons check, then we move into town. There's a 9 o'clock curfew. Anyone seen on the streets after then is treated as a suspect.
There's a guy over here too walking. See him right as I turn around and come back.
Through their night vision sights, soldiers see a young man run through this gate. The US strategy here is to be uncompromisingly tough. The house is searched, but their suspect has got away. Then we're called across town to a house where helicopters have spotted a resident arriving home shortly after curfew.
Question first. If it looks suspicious, you got permission to search.
Many foreign fighters, including suspected al-Qaeda terrorists, were transiting through border towns like this, answering Osama bin Laden's call for a jihad or holy war against the coalition invaders.
Why was your truck moving after curfew?
As war began, this little town and others along the border were full of weapons and fighters.
So the best way to stay out of trouble is to be in your house before 9 o'clock.
We closed down the Syrian border completely. We allowed no traffic to come in or out of those cities. We went through and searched nearly 8,000 homes, and we captured, actually detained, about 380 prisoners. And we have been capturing and putting away a lot of these people that were establishing some kind of equipment and money and training base so that they could move further into the country and perform jihad.
But to get the intelligence they need to defeat the terrorists, the Americans have waged a campaign to win the hearts and minds of local Iraqis.
We appreciate your help out here this morning.
We decided when we would go into a home, if they were compliant with the CENTCOM weapons policy, and if they did not have any contraband, we'd give them $20. So I can't remember how many thousands of dollars we gave out.
$20 might not sound like much, but that's more than the average Iraqi earns in a week.
The way that you beat an insurgency is by having the population take over the fight and win their own communities, win their own country. And they're doing that in the forms of local police are becoming more professional, and they are becoming more credible with the population.
The Americans also need to win the hearts and minds of Iraqis. But that's not helped by aggressive raids like this one, carried out by troops not under the command of Colonel Teeters, filmed by a news service camera crew. It's the dead of night, outside the house of a senior former Iraqi army officer. He's suspected of helping the insurgents. The officer's son, thinking the soldiers are thieves, goes to the roof of the house and fires into the air to scare them away. That's a big mistake.
We got a shooter on the roof!
Inside the house, the officer surrenders.
Get out of here now!
But he doesn't understand what the Americans are saying, and they don't have a translator.
You want to shoot him in the leg? I'm about to shoot you! No, he's trying to draw us in there.
English, not English, not English.
Hey, get the over here!
So if you want I get him in the leg!
Shoot him in the foot!
The Iraqi officer, thinking he's about to die, can now be heard praying.
Hi, who the f*** are you talking to? Shut the f*** up! Hey, throw him to me, I'm at the door. Get him out here! Get him! Get him! Go!
Welcome.
Shut the f*** up! Who's shooting?
Welcome.
Hold the shoot up!
Welcome.
Shoot him!
The soldiers capture the young man on the roof.
Alright, get him the f*** out of here. You shooting at us? Alright, we got one more detail. Get over. I am! You take the camera off.
No one here was killed. But it's raids like this that can only fuel the resentment against coalition forces.
A big truck over here is having a little powwow. Yeah.
Concerns are circulating in Baghdad too among America's coalition allies about this extraordinary gun camera vision shot by a US Apache helicopter.
I was running off into the field. See this? Yep. I got a guy running, throwing a weapon. Smoke him.
No one doubts the US has had to take a tough line against the local Iraqi fighters who have mounted a determined insurgency against the coalition forces. And this covert night vision filmed from an Apache hovering nearly 2 kilometres away shows a man dumping what may well be a weapon in a field.
Are you starting to lose a weapon? Positive.
A prudent commander would at least attempt to capture these men. Their intelligence might help break up the resistance among locals in the Sunni Triangle. But instead, the order is given to smoke them, to kill 3 unarmed men in cold blood.
Range, auto. Alright, got auto range on it. Roger. Yeah, Roger, engaging. Got him. Good. Second one. Hit the other one. Hit the truck. Go to the right, see if anybody's moved by the truck. Take the trucks out.